Hi, welcome back to Geek and Son. Thanks so much for subscribing. Helps me out a lot. Thank you. Today we're going to be working some more on this here 69 charger. I'm sure you know since you clicked on this. And I'm going to be cutting this metal. I'm going to cut pretty close to this edge going all the way down, so I'll have plenty of extra. I'm going to do some hole punches in it to get that right. Then we'll take the metal over here and attach it to this. And I'm not going to finish it today, but I will tack it on. It's been my goal to get it tacked on. The day's almost over, but I promised myself I would get this done. So here we go. Now again, I screwed it up bad last time. Check it out. This is part 2. Part 1 is where I cut it out. If you want to look even before that, where, I mean, honestly, I was ashamed to show that I did it, but I wanted to be honest, you know. There's almost no welding left. I should have this painted pretty quick. And I've got the engine and everything ready to go. It should be done pretty quick. And then I can paint the Nova, and you'll see that in a future video. So stay tuned as I cut this metal and get it ready to go on the General Lee.
That's why you wear safety glasses.
So now let's take it and put it on the car, and it's gonna glue itself to it, no problem. Did you know that on the newer cars, they glue the panels on in a lot of cases? Yeah, we're not doing that. I purposely made it longer than I needed just in case. But as far as this, let's see how it goes. That looks good. Get down here. So I gotta put this more over there. And then So it's the same day, and I had this great idea that if I screwed the top in, so this body line is right, and get the gap right, and I screw it down in here a couple of times, and I was going to cut it. I was going to cut it in here to try to match what's under there, but instead, why don't I cut it here up against one I already have? As long as I've got it set right, that makes way more sense. So I'm going to think about that for a minute and decide if that's really what I'm going to do. Because this line looks good, and it will, especially when I screw it down. I'm going to screw down a couple more, mostly on this edge, so this line will match, and this line will match, and then this, etc., etc. See how that lines up with the door. So all I'm doing is kind of test fitting this panel, putting some screws in right here, and only on surfaces I'm going to have to weld anyway. I'm going to have to weld this together. I'm going to have to weld this to this. I could put them here, but I think I'm just going to cut that line down there. There's good metal right there. Boom. That might be the solution. But this isn't as good as AMD metal, so it's not formed exactly right, so I'm gonna have to kind of bend it as I go, kind of pivot it on its own self. So let's see how this looks with the door shut. Now that is damn near perfect. That's a little bit low, but barely. And that lines up too. And the bottom, oh, even the gap looks good. Okay. So that's more than met the goal I wanted to meet today. Have it attached to the car. I'm gonna stop now so I can think about it. There's no timeline really.
Could take weeks.
Just want to make it good.
Thank you, Mr. Scott.
Okay? Keep watching.